to announce the results of the election according to the percentage follow. APC, Muhammadu Buhari, 1.0%. ACPN, Ezekwesili Obiageli, 1.0%. SDP, Donald Duke, 1.0%. BNPP, Eze Iyamu, David, 1.2%. PDP, Atiku Abubakar, 2.8%. YPP, Kingsley Mokhalu, 3.2%. ANN, Fela Duro Toye, 8.5%. AAC, Omoyele Sowore, 81.3%. All other candidates scored less than 1%. We hereby declare Omoyele Sowore of the AAC as the winner of the election. The global coordinator of the ECSDN will speak on this subsequently. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you. Amen.
Fellow Nigerians, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. To be alive to see the beginning of the transition of our country into a better tomorrow is the best time to be alive. In the 1st of November election conducted by the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, from the very first minute of the election, Omoyele Sowore started leading, and thereafter, no candidate was able to catch up with him. Please know that when the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, when we support a candidate for an election, it does not mean that we are all members of his or our political party. In future elections, the need may also arise for us to equally support another candidate from another political party. We are looking for capable hands, not political parties. Our country comes first. After the announcement of the election results, we quickly contacted the winner, Omoyele Sowore, to send us a short video clip, which we have attached at the end of this speech, just the way we added the results from TDO at the beginning of this speech. Now the time has come for all Nigerians home and abroad to put aside all political, religious, and regional differences and speak with one voice by forming a united front. We have complained long enough as Nigerians. Our greatest problem as a people is that we have been afraid to speak and stand up for our rights before government because they control the police and the soldiers, who are equally suffering. It is the constitutional duty of government to provide us with security and welfare. Since 1960, they have failed in this. Since they failed in this, they have failed in all. It is our constitutional rights to have good education, good health, good roads, stable and affordable electricity, excellent environment, and continually improved general well-being. For any politician to promise you any of these basic needs, it means that they are promising us our human rights. We kept quiet for 58 years and allowed a tiny cabal who are supposed to provide these facilities to steal them from us into their private pockets for themselves and their families. The soldiers came with their many coups. We thought that they were our friends. They lied, killed, and stole from us. The politicians came. We thought that they are our brothers and sisters. They have continued to lie, kill, and steal from us. Know your rights, my people. We are not dogs that return to their vomits. Stop thinking that we are helpless. Today we have 13.2 million Nigerian children out of school, on the street, the highest in the world. Today, our children are used as suicide bombers. Which normal person would vote for the same abnormal persons that have put our children in this abysmal situation? No. We have the power to change our leaders and hold them accountable. The problem is simply that we, the people, have been too silent and nonchalant in a country that belongs to each and every one of us. It is criminal deceit that for 20 years, APC and PDP promised us security, electricity, economic growth, but all we got is poverty, broad-day massacre of Nigerians, monumental corruption, insecurity, huge indebtedness, and national embarrassment. They borrowed on our behalf and stole what they borrowed so that future generations will be in debt. They stole our human rights. Now we must take back our dignity as a people. APC and PDP are the same. They only move from one party to the other. We refuse to accept their many lies anymore. We say no. 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 There is nothing like articulated. Stop speaking bad English. Stop intentionally using words to inflict wound on your soul. That must stop. You must stop speaking bad English. There's not like articulated. Stop deceiving yourselves. Buhari has failed does not mean that just anybody is good enough to be our president. We have alternatives to PDP and APC. We must not make the mistake to think that our lives depend on APC and PDP. As we journeyed from the slavery years of PDP towards the promised land, unfortunately, we have encountered Buhari's APC and their fake change mantra. That does not mean that we should return to the Egypt years of our slavery and deprivation under PDP. They turned our country into PLCC and recycled it amongst themselves. PLCC means that they are the palmer worms, locust, cankerworm, and caterpillars. We refuse to allow them to desperately reinvest what they stole from us into politics, for them to continue to hide their secrets, reap more, protect and expand their business empires, while we cry for another 4 years. Who said we are searching for a businessman or a rich person to be president of Nigeria? Their so-called wealth is what they stole from each and every one of us. The 33rd president of the United States of America, Harry Truman, was one of the poorest presidents in the history of that country. He was elected in 1945 and went ahead to win a second tenure. He left office as a poor man who had personal debt to pay, but he served his country very well. Nigerians must stop following the crowd. There's not like articulated, but there's something like articulated. Neither is it justified to refer to Buhari as a man with integrity after he boldly refused to disclose to us how much of our public money is spent on his health for the 107 days he spent in the United Kingdom. When you make mistakes in any election, you suffer for that mistake for 4 years. And you will begin to start another session of fasting and prayer for Nigeria. No! Do not do anything that will change the name of our country from Nigeria to sorry. I have repeatedly said that if you collect 5,000 naira to sell your vote, the suffering will last for 4 years. We have 1,460 days in 4 years. Divide 5,000 naira by 1,460 days, and that will give you an average of 4 naira a day. That 4 naira cannot buy you pure water in today's Nigeria. What a shame. With Sowore, never again must a Nigerian killer kidnap a fellow citizen for ransom in the name of hustling. Never again must our compatriots continue to escape from Nigeria, sold as slaves in Libya, drowned in the Mediterranean, or used as for prostitution and other criminalities because our politicians have frustrated us. We refuse to remain the poverty capital of the world with all the resources needed to make us a great nation all around us. We refuse to continue living in a fool's paradise. Omoyele, the erudite son of Sowore, go. Speak to Nigerians on the hills and on the mountains. Go, speak to them on the valleys. Go, speak in the rain, under the sun. In every weather, go, speak. Speak to our people in the marketplaces, in our schools and motor parks. Nigerians are set to listen to the true voice of change. Nigerians have decided, and they are set to relocate you to Aso Rock come 2019. To some, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. We have stayed on this valley for too long. The sun has risen upon you and our country. We welcome you, the people's president. Our mumu has finally come to an end. Today signals the beginning of the end of our mystery as a people. Today signals the beginning of our celebration. Never again shall Nigerian children beg for bread or learn under trees. Never again shall our passport and our green, white, green be disrespected in any part of the world. Never again must our youth pay 100 naira daily just to find a space to sleep under the Oshodi Bridge in Lagos. Today I stand tall, proudly Nigerian, by the powers conferred on me as the global coordinator of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. As a proud natural citizen of our great country, Nigeria, I hereby declare as follows, that henceforth, Omoyele Sowore is hereby endorsed as the preferred presidential candidate of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, made up of Nigerians in diaspora. I pledge, henceforth, by day and by night, come rain or shine, I, Frederick Omoyele, will work in conjunction with all our coordinators and our teaming followers to fully campaign for and support Omoyele, the son of Sowore, to be the next president of our great country, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I hereby call on all coordinators of our movement in Hungary, Austria, Belgium, Canada, United States of America, United Kingdom, Poland, Ghana, United Arab Emirates, Australia, France, Luxembourg, Philippines, China, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, Italy, and all our 41 chapters, all our supporters, followers, and subscribers to arise and join this moving train towards Aso Rock come 2019. You may remain in your respective political parties if you wish, but we must all support and vote for Sowore as president. This is no longer a time to vote for political parties. This is a time to vote for individuals because of what they can do, for what they can perform, what they can offer. Nigeria comes first. We need a president that can step on toes. One that can say a final goodbye to our woeful yesterdays and yesteryears. This is no longer a time to say tomorrow will come or tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow is not a promise. Buhari, Atiku, and all other presidential candidates, Sowore deserves your votes now. We cannot continue doing things the same old way and we expect new results. Our politicians have failed woefully. Their greed has come to an end. We refuse to put new wine in old bottles. We salute all the new generation politicians. We salute your courage and dogged commitment for a new Nigeria. Today, with all respect and deep sense of humility, we ask that if you truly love Nigeria, you should kindly suspend your presidential aspirations so that we could collectively work for Sowore. Kingsley Moghalu, Fela Durotoye, Obiageli Ezekwesili, and all the others too numerous to mention. We respect your experience and your vision. Oh, how we love you. We truly love you. We know from your body languages that some of you are not desperate, that none of you, the new generation politicians, none of you are desperate politicians like those in APC and PDP who kill and maim fellow Nigerians just to get into office. To be honest with you, on your own, individually, you cannot win the presidency. Some of you may have some qualities that Sowore does not have, But there is something in Sowore that none of you seem to have. All of you cannot be president at the same time. I am fully qualified to be the president of Nigeria, but no, we must all use our talents and resources to support and work with Sowore. In so doing, we could win together as Nigerians. Let's get it done, my people. All hands must be on deck for a new Nigeria. We must put our differences aside for the sake of our children and the unborn generation that have become highly indebted because of continuing government borrowing. We wish to advise you new political parties and presidential candidates sponsored by APC and PDP. We know you very well. We know that very soon you will come together and tell Nigerians that you have endorsed Atiku or Buhari because they have been sponsoring you to divide us. We know they have been sponsoring you. We must stop celebrating our oppressors because of dirty money. We know the game plan. If not, what are we doing with 91 political parties in Nigeria? What for? Nigerian youths, the time has come. It has finally come for you to prove that you are not lazy, as retired General Muhammadu Buhari pathetically described you to be. You are privileged to be a president does not mean that others are lazy. Nigerian youths are the salt of Nigeria. Never again must our youth be used as thugs by those that have made them jobless and hungry. National Association of Nigerian Students, arise and work to guarantee your future. Never again shall your parents borrow to send you to school. Never again shall politicians buy you wheelbarrow and motorcycles for so-called empowerment programs after graduation. Never again must politicians loot our money and increase your school fees so that your parents will pay for what politicians stole. In a country of professors, doctors, and other highly learned Nigerians who have broken international records, it is a colossal error and absolutely unacceptable in the 21st century to allow a semi-literate with controversial secondary school certificate to continue ruling the 200 million of us. No. We must no longer allow them to divide us with tribe, religion, or region. The insult we receive as Nigerians or Africans abroad is enough. And we are naturally endowed at home. No. Whether you are a Christian, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, traditionalist, or atheist, whether you are from the north, south, east, or west, the time has come for us to unite as a people and develop together. APC and PDP will not take us anywhere as a country. They wasted 20 years of our common destinies as a people. If there was no distance covered, there was no work done. We are not dogs that we should return from it. No. We have worked a campaign for them years back before, but they disappointed all of us. Now we are going to show them red card to PDP and to APC. PDP and APC, they are the same. What is the difference between 6 and half a dozen? Both of them are polygamous political parties. Why do you keep comparing Buhari and Atiku? Two wrongs cannot make a right. Buhari preaches change, and Atiku is preaching bureau de change, where they take dollars to change after voting. But Nigerians want real change. Sowore represents that change. We're not just here to talk about talking. Change that could transform our lives as a people. That is what we crave for. Let PDP or APC pick 9 persons as their running mates. You cannot use powder to cover shit. It will always smell like shit. Whether it has expired or not expired, poison is poison. We gave them opportunity to represent us and improve our situation, but they started playing God. Man wants to be God, but only one God came down to become man. We have prayed enough, and God has answered us enough as a country. This is not a time for prayers, my people. This is a time for holy anger. Holy anger. It is time to chase away the destiny killers. Retired General Obasanjo and his vice president, Atiku. They ordered the killing of 100 persons during the Odi massacre of Bayelsa State in November 1999. We can never forget. Which normal person from Bayelsa State would not vote for Atiku or PDP? For what? Today, retired General Buhari continued to supervise the killing of Nigerians. Out of all the killings going on in the northern parts of Nigeria, think about this. Have you heard about any killing in Buhari's Katsina State? Think deeply, my people. They killed us body and mind during the regime of Jonathan Goodluck into Buhari's government. From January 2018, 73 of us were killed in Logo and Goma, local government area of Benue State. 25 of us were killed in Kiana, Nasarawa State. 55 of us were killed in Lao, Taraba State. 11 of us were killed in Magadali, Atiku's Adamawa State. 32 of us were killed in Daima Omala, Belos, Kogi State. They killed 50 of us in Ofa, Saraki's Kwara State. 51 of us were killed in Wukari, Taraba State. In Kaduna, they killed 38, then 51, then 58, and recently over 100 of us through Buhari's government. And Buhari said, no, it was just 55 that were killed. Till now, they are still killing. The list is on and on. In a country that is not fighting war, we will never forget. Our eyes are red, but we refuse to cry. They are killing us while politicians were busy campaigning for re-elections. Heartless people. Our leaders just condemn the acts by words of mouth, and the killing continues, while some terrible Nigerians keep supporting them and even wishing them to continue in office. Oh, who bewitched my people? Some of you have not seen some of your family members for some time now. They might have been killed without your knowledge. They might have been killed without a grave. And you support them? You support the government that could not provide you with security? In the words of George Santayana, the one who does not remember history is bound to live through it again. Never again must we make the error of voting the same persons that continue to recycle themselves and to supervise our killing. I have a background in military science. A retired army general who could not secure his people when there is no war cannot secure them when there is war. And he cannot take them to greatness and development, because development cannot thrive in insecurity. Our leaders watched us die. Know this, my people. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is when you see those that killed you yesterday stand before you today and you prostrate before them saying, rule over me again. I am loyal. Knowing that you will die tomorrow. Hunger or no hunger, stop celebrating your oppressors, my people. They made you hungry in the first place. We must take back our dignity as a people. We did not escort anybody to Nigeria. Nobody owned Nigeria more than Nigerians. Stop saying that it is good that youths and new generation politicians are creating awareness now, but that they should wait until 2023. No! That is the voice of failure. Make hay while the sun shines. Tomorrow is not a promise. Why do you have to endure poverty and postpone your prosperity? How many more people would have been killed before 2023? We refuse to postpone our security and welfare. Our country is in a huge crisis. It needs urgent attention. Nigeria is surviving on a life support machine, and the oxygen is running out. 2019 must be the year of political, social, and economic freedom, and the beginning of a new Nigeria. We must not even think of postponing that. No! We cannot wait any longer. We have been waiting since 1960. 58 years. Do not listen when they say, oh, Sowore is very good, but they will not allow him. Who is they? They is you. They is me. They is all of us. All hands must be on deck to make Sowore win. Henceforth, it is our collective duty. Freedom is not free. Let us begin to tell each other about our new president that is going to Aso Rock. About 200 million of us are far more than the less than 10,000 persons that have ruined our country. Politics is a game of number. The mission of the old Nigerian politicians against we the people is SKD, to steal, kill, and destroy. But their time is up. Who is saying that Sowore has no political structures across Nigeria? APC and PDP, they had structures before they put us where we are today. We the people, we are the structures. Stop underrating yourself. Don't you know what you carry? Very few countries as God blessed like our country, Nigeria. This is a huge blessing and a rare privilege to be a Nigerian. The problem is not the country. The problem is the politicians. But the biggest problem is when the citizens become silent and support their oppressors. Stop saying, Nigeria matter not concern you. Shut up! It concern you. If it not concern you, now who it concern? Now Ghanaian or South African person, now it concern. Then they spoil your country, they go. And you they suffer, they go for old age. And you they say, not concern you. Once we miss putting the right persons in office, we miss another 4 years of development. We can't risk that. Nigeria is too delicate to put in the hands of our dangerous politicians. If Sowore is weak in any area, it is our collective duty to strengthen him as one of us. We are not looking for a perfect candidate. Sowore can do more than what he has promised. And he can do more than what other candidates have promised. Do not worry about their so-called structures of APC and PDP. Can't you see that they have started turning their swords against themselves? They had structures when Chibok and Dapchi girls were kidnapped. They had structures when our fellow countrymen and women were slaughtered and buried in mass graves across Nigeria. They had structures when herdsmen butchered our people in Abraka, Delta State, down to the hinterlands of Edo State, across our country. Are you so heartless that you will vote for the same people that supervise the killing of members of your family, friends, and neighbors? Those that wiped away your villages and burned your houses? Many Nigerians are living in IDPs, the internally displaced persons, they are living in camps. It is bad governance that caused that. You now vote for people like that? You are from Taraba, Yobe, Kaduna, Borno. You have been displaced because the government was inept. You now vote for such a government to continue in power? God forbid. No. PDP and APC, they had structures when our country became the 9th worst secured country in Africa. They had structures when they bribed their own party delegates with stolen dollars to vote for them. Nigerians, arise! Let's have a fresh candidate. We have the structure. They had structures when Nigerians can no longer afford to eat well in a day. And with your hunger, you will vote for such persons, for your hunger to continue. There are structures when our pensioners die in the queue waiting for their pension after serving our country for 35 years. There are structures when salaries are delayed for many months. There are structures. They have structures when our soldiers and police officers are daily living in hard conditions and killed by gunmen. They have structures when, though the Northerners have ruled for the longest number of years in Nigeria, yet our Northern brothers and sisters are the gatemen and beggars across Nigeria. They have structures when Buhari's government is using soldiers to kill our Shiite Muslim brothers and sisters. No! Sowore's government will never allow that. We have a common enemy called Nigerian politicians. They have structures when some parts of our country continue to agitate to break away because of general marginalization. No! With Sowore, the eastern part of Nigeria will smile again. And Nigeria will not break. Nigeria will not break. But whether you are from the north, from the east, south, west, everywhere, Nigerians will be happy again. Nobody will remember that word marginalization anymore. It is the politicians that will break. Nigeria will not break. Forget their evil structures. Now, who structure help? We are the structures. Let's build our structure around Sowore. Omoyele Sowore has been invited to Budapest, the beautiful capital city of Hungary, on Saturday, 24th November, 2018. On that day, Saturday, 24th November, we shall formally and symbolically hand over to Sowore the keys of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It will be your key to Aso Rock. Nigerians from all walks of life are hereby invited to this great event. Our Mumu is finally dead and buried. Sowore will lead us as a people with love and strength, and we shall achieve our motto: unity and peace, unity and faith, peace and progress. Fellow Nigerians, go in this strength of yours. The revolution without ammunition has begun. The light of God will shine on our country, and men and women who derided and mocked us because of bad leadership will look at us someday and say, this is a country. God's kingdom has come on earth as it is in heaven. The world shall testify of our greatness as a people. Our greatness is the greatness of Africa. Henceforth, we must all use our talents and resources to campaign and support Sowore for president. Nigerian musicians, I challenge you with maximum respect. Sonny Okosu sang Which Way Nigeria? Fela Anikulapo Kuti sang Authority Stealing. What are you singing today? Enough of singing baby, baby, omoge, omoge, I hold your waist, you hold my waist. No, it is time to sing unto national reconstruction. In the words of George Patton, it is better to live for nothing rather than die for, it is better to live for something rather than die for nothing. Fellow Nigerians, arise, the chain is broken. The chain that broke from Nelson Mandela is broken in Nigeria. The chain fell from Nelson Mandela after 27 years in prison. The chain fell from Paul and Silas in the prison of the evil king. The chain fell in Zimbabwe in 2017 when Robert Mugabe was booted out of office. In 2017, the chain fell in Gambia when Jammeh Yahya was disgraced out of office after 22 years of failed leadership. In 2010, the chain fell in Tunisia at the best of the Arab Spring that ended a dictatorship of 23 years. In 1979, Iranians said no through a peaceful revolution and their chains fell. The People Power Revolution of Philippines broke their chains in 1986. The chain fell when South Africans said no to corruption in 2018 and Jacob Zuma was kicked out of office. Africa is waiting for Nigerians to say no. Today, the chain of authority stealing and massacre of Nigerians is broken. It is broken and it must remain broken. 20 million permanent voters' cards are yet to be collected from INEC. That is an error. 20 million permanent voters' cards are yet to be collected from INEC. I say that is an error. If you are tired of the suffering, killing, and oppression in Nigeria, I beg you, I really beg you, go and collect your voter's card today and vote for Sowore. Do not give up on Nigeria. A new Nigeria is on the way to glory. Can't you see the light? Nigerians abroad, the government denied us the possibility of voting from here, despite our huge economic contribution to the growth of our country. Therefore, we must use our voice to change the system. Hopefully, we know that when Sowore comes into power, Nigerians in diaspora will vote. Sowore has seen life. Our people at home, listen to us. We have seen this world. We have seen the beauty. We cannot lie to you. Anything you see in Nigeria today is opposite to what is happening in developed countries. Sowore is the only man that we know right now that can change the fortunes of our country for good. Therefore, tell them, our people that are at home, Nigerians in diaspora, I'm talking to you now. Call every member of your family, call your friends in Nigeria. Tell them that we have seen the brightest star in the sky. Inform them that Omoyele Sowore is the only person they must vote for to be president in 2019. Tell each member of your family or friends to tell 10 other persons to vote for Sowore. Tell them to tell each of the 10 persons they will tell to tell another 10 persons, and on and on. The victory of Sowore is the victory of each and every one of us. It will be a victory for all Nigerians. I warn you, some Nigerians that are with us now will be bribed, and they will come up to say in the media that they are no longer with us. Do not worry or listen to them. They are agents of the oppressors. We have been neutral until now, but there must come a time to decide. No longer shall we remain neutral. Sowore is our candidate. Get in touch with us if you wish to support this movement in any way. Recently, the Trade Union Council, the Nigerian Labour Congress, we saw them demonstrating for minimum wage of 30,000 naira, which is about less than $80 in a month. That is even too small. But Sowore has promised that the minimum wage shall be 100,000 naira. Because he knows that is no money. And we also know that he's going to pay that money because it will catapult production and manufacturing in each of the 774 local government areas of Nigeria. We know that Sowore will stop corruption 100%. He has fought them before, and he will continue to hold them to ransom. And by the time he stops corruption fully, not this type of corruption fight that Buhari is doing, no. By the time Sowore stops corruption fully, you will know that Nigeria is rich. And when he's telling you he's going to pay 100,000 naira, then you will know that it's true and it's possible. So, Nigerian Labour Congress, you don't need to be told. NLC for Sowore, everybody should do that. That is what you should be campaigning for now. Your freedom has come. The time has come for us to smile again as a people. If you travel abroad, that is how you really know that our Nigerian politicians are destroying Nigeria. We have seen the world, and we know the truth. When you see how countries that have no natural resources are developing steadily, you start to wonder what is happening to our country, Nigeria. In 2020, China will be using artificial moon in the sky to replace street lights. And we are there talking about electricity. Sowore has promised that he will resign if he cannot give Nigerians steady and cheap electricity before 4 years, within his 4 years in office. We cannot continue to borrow from countries who depend on our raw materials for growth. Somebody is telling you that he's going to give you steady electricity 24/7 within 4 years. Then you leave such a person and go and vote for somebody that will keep you in perpetual darkness. Some of our politicians will be in Abuja, but in their villages, the generator is on, steady. They even have policemen and soldiers guarding their private homes in their villages, and they are living in Abuja. But the rest of us live in darkness, unsecured. No. Go, my people. Print your t-shirts. Sowore for president. Let it flow. Go print our t-shirts also. Simply print hashtag no. Print no on your walls. Print it on your stickers and leaflets. Print no anywhere you see. Paint no. Paint them on your vehicles. Anytime you see Nigerian politicians in any public or private gathering, just shout no. Keep shouting no. Don't stop shouting no. That is how we shall kill the evil spirit and the wickedness and the greed that most of them carry about. We refuse to live in this hardship in our country. This error must be corrected once and for all. As you collect your voter's card to vote for Omoyele Sowore of AAC as the next Nigerian president come 2019, it shall be our way of saying no to vote buying. We'll be saying no to insecurity. You'll be saying no to disenfranchisement. You'll be saying no to corruption. You'll be saying no to rigging. You'll be saying no to stealing of our collective wealth. You'll be saying no to bogus salary for state, federal legislators and executives. A vote for Sowore means that you are saying no to murderous herdsmen, no to political godfatherism and the evil political ancestors who have refused to die. You'll be saying no to Boko Haram and their sponsors, no to unsteady electricity supply. You'll be saying no to inadequate healthcare facilities, no to politicians who travel abroad for healthcare while our people die at home, no to delay in the payment of salaries and pensions, no to budget padding, no to injustice and the detention of Nigerians without trial, no to those that continue to undermine our voices and rights as a people, no to recycled leaders, no to indiscriminate allocation of oil blocks, no to marginalization and the continuing environmental degradation in Niger Delta, no to inflated and abandoned projects, no to selective anti-corruption campaign, no to VIP treatment to some Nigerians in prison, no to life pension for former governors and former presidents, no to some religious leaders that have lied and led us astray as a people, no to state electoral commissions inaugurated and manipulated by state governors. We are set to say no and no to whatever has held us down as a people. We reclaim our commonwealth. We reclaim our country, Nigeria. Enough is enough. Welcome Omoyele Sowore, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Come 2009. Nigeria is free at last. Sigh, Bobo, take Nigeria back. Nigeria is free. Hallelujah.
I, Omoyele Sowore, wish to thank Nigerians in the diaspora under the platform of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, ECSDN, for voting and endorsing me as their preferred presidential candidate on the road to the Nigerian presidency in 2019 on November 1 this year. With our collective effort, I strongly believe that a new and better Nigeria is possible. I wish to confirm that I and my supporters will be in Budapest, Hungary on Saturday, 24th of November 2018 to symbolically receive the keys to Aso Rock Villa in Abuja. I wish to use the opportunity to invite all Take It Back supporters all over Europe and beyond to attend this unique event. Let me use this opportunity also to thank the global coordinator of ECSDN, Frederick Odorige, and all his coordinators and followers for making this online election possible. With their efforts, we have now realized that a digital future is possible in Nigeria, where all Nigerians all over the world can participate in our electoral process and enhance our democratic progress. Thank you all, and I'm looking forward to winning the 2019 presidential election taking place on February 16, 2019. All together, we can do this and defeat the old guards and put Nigeria on the path of progress, peace, and prosperity. Thank you. Take it back.